like me, you're a massive fan of pizza, I think you are gonna love this video today because for the first time ever, I'm gonna try and make an authentic Chicago style deep dish pizza. I am so excited for this. I found some resources, done a little bit of research, bought some things, and hopefully, this is gonna be rather stonking indeed. Now there's a well-known brand of pizzas, Chicago Town, that are in the UK and possibly further abroad. I've just put an example of them there that I've had over the years. You just shove them in the oven and they do have that lipped crust. And for me, being a British person, they remind me more of a pie without the lid, kind of like a quiche pizza, a quiche. Like, why is this called a deep dish pizza? Why is it not called a pie? Like, we do not call a pizza a pie in the UK at all, but in America, I believe it's still popular. So apparently in the late 1800s, when pizza recipes were brought over from Italy to America, they didn't actually have the exact words to describe them, so they kind of resembled a round tomato thing, so they just said, yeah, it's a tomato pie. But what about the deep dish pizza? Well, apparently that was invented in 1943. There was a Pizzeria Uno in Illinois where someone just basically decided to grab a cake mold and make a pizza in it, and that's how this whole concept began. I'm personally gutted because the one time I was passing through Chicago, we stopped and had a Chinese and didn't go for this, and I need to go back. I need to, yes. I wanted to go absolutely authentic. So this is a 12-inch large pan like that. It's 2 inches high. I'm gonna just try and, I've got to wash this obviously, but this is an anodized aluminium non-stick coating, which is gonna be perfect for getting this thing out later. But look at the size of it. It's gonna be, what a day. What a day. Apparently from my research, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, not that you don't, like that this is the typical size for one of these deep dish pizzas, a 12-inch pan with a 2-inch edge. Oh yeah, look at that. Right here is some epic pizza dough, and I'm gonna put that there to come up to room temperature. We'll come onto that in just a moment. So I spent the last few days doing some research on deep dish recipes, seeing if there was any alternatives, any interesting consistencies, and then I stumbled upon a website called therealdeepdish.com. Now this is a website that's full of passionate information. They're trying to find the ultimate, in fact they call it the Holy Grail Chicago deep dish pizza recipe. It's a free resource. I'm gonna actually give them a donation. Hopefully this is a bit of free promotion for them because they keep tweaking it and evolving it in a way of finding the easiest methods, but also the most authentic they can, hence me having that pan and also that dough behind, because I like to do 48-hour pizza dough. So this has been in the fridge. It's still quite cold, so that's why we're bringing it up to room temperature. Those flavors are so developed for 48 hours. So I will make a donation to that website. It says to help keep the lights on, but hopefully if you guys want to check it out, there's some really interesting resources there. I'm going to show you how we made this dough, but we'll be using this one. For the dough, we have got some plain flour. We're also going to get some warm water in just a moment, which will help get the yeast going. We also add in some vegetable oil, or this recipe suggested corn oil. I've got a lot more vegetable oil in the house. Apparently this will help make the dough nice and tender. We've got some sugar, which is more optional on doughs generally when I've done them. I've always wondered what it's for, but apparently the yeast feeds off of that and it can help give a bit more caramelization and color to the crust as well. Whereas the salt does a fair few different things. It can control fermentation, can strengthen the actual gluten, improve the crust color, and also add flavor, like when you add salt to chocolate. That's apparently a thing too. I'm not saying any of you guys sprinkle salt on your chocolate bar next time, although I think bizarrely if it was a tiny amount, I might like that. All right, so this is some warm H2O straight from my tap. We'll add in the yeast, the sugar, the oil. Now that's gonna look weird, isn't it? The salt goes in. So this is where I got to with the dough I made 2 days ago. Now there's an option called a Geno's style deep dish pizza, and I think the authentic one, they use some actual natural yellow enhancements for color. They're saying that you could put yellow food coloring and cream of tartar in this, which is, cream of tartar will help sort of give you an even better rise. It's like a leavening agent in some ways. So I don't know if I want to do that. I want to show you what I did, but if you want a more yellow dough, then just shove that in now. Translation, I'm putting a lot of crust in the Holy Grail version of this recipe. So it says to add a little bit of the flour first. So I've just changed it to a wooden spoon now to slowly incorporate this through, and it specifies that the dough does not need to be smooth. Rough and shaggy is fine. You don't want to over knead it because apparently that can make it too tough. Nice clean bowl. Actually, this is the same size as the one there, so we might be able to see the difference. A little bit of spray oil, and down that goes. Cover it up. Oh, sorry, I was slower than usual. I just did a charity walk the other day and I'm really struggling to walk after the 30 miles. We raised some good money for charity though. As a side-by-side comparison, look, this is the same size bowl, same quantities. Look at how much that has risen and the flavor has developed in there in the fridge, a slow proof for 2 days. This one, I'm gonna put in a warm space as a rush. Ooh, this is a warm space. Just because some of you guys might not want to wait like 2 days. I personally love it. Ever since I've done it, I'm like, oh wow. Maybe a slight bitterness to the crust, but I really, really like waiting. And it's quite fun opening the fridge going, oh my gosh, like a magic trick. If I was not filming this recipe and my dough was nearly ready, my oven would now be on super hot to warm up a pizza stone. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but if I was using a tin like this, I would never think about sitting this on top of a pizza stone, because obviously they help you get that real nice crispy base. So it's gonna penetrate something through to give us a really nice bottom on our pie. So I nipped out this morning and got myself a pizza stone. Oh my gosh, is that it? Yeah, that would do. Yeah, I've never actually used a pizza stone with a baking tin before. This is gonna be awesome. And there it is, lovely little set I found there. And the lady at the till caught me out. She's like, are you over 25? Why do you ask? I could be 26. It's actually because it wasn't just the stone, it came with some oregano and probably quite a cheap, flimsy pizza cutter there. I have got a better version of that. So we'll get that going in just a minute. I want to try and keep the temperature in here like fairly mild, not an inferno, because it will be hot in there. But I'm really excited to see what the stone does to that. I mean, will I start doing that with cakes and brownies going forward? Is that like underrated? Is this a new thing? I don't know. Anyhow, dough in here. Lightly grease the bottom of the pan. And hopefully we can use that oil, trying to cover the bottom first of all, but nice and evenly. But I'm going to try and emphasize on pushing it a little bit more to the edges from the center so that I can start to lip it in a moment. There we go. You see how I'm starting to form it now? The only thing I've got right now in my mind, I'm like, oh, how am I going to get it out? So I really hope this is non-stick. But it can double up as a serving vessel, right? Next, cheese. Okay, so this is a big old block of mozzarella. So there we go, that is that block chopped up fully. So we're effectively now gonna make, that sounds like a name of a band, mozzarella carpet. I'm getting sort of like turtle shell vibes, I don't know why, but yeah. So we mentioned draining with the mozzarella about not getting too much moisture in there, and that brings me on to something I'm doing optionally in a minute, which will go under the sauce. But what I've got here is some good quality crushed tomatoes. If you watch the cheap versus steep videos, you'll know that this brand particularly is quite expensive, but these are crushed. You could use tinned or whole tomatoes, but if you chop them up and there's too much moisture in it, it's telling us to drain it too. But with these already being pre-crushed, it should be pretty thick. Oh yeah, that is actually quite thick. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Now I could have used one that already came with herbs in it, but I'm gonna do it myself. So this is some basil and oregano. Oh, it smells so good. And what I really liked about this recipe is, what I'll come on to, is sort of like, it's not like gone super expensive or things. I'd normally like to use like really fresh herbs, but they're like, no, use dry herbs, absolutely fine. And that has really made that smell good. And this is the time where we get to personalize it. A line that I've said over the years on many of my different videos. If you like what you put on your thing, for example, pizza, if you want mushrooms on pizza, pineapple on pizza, and you're gonna eat it, I don't care, as long as you eat it and you like it. That's exactly the mindset here with this deep dish, obviously traditional, but you can add different things. And there is one thing that caught my eye from one of my patrons on Discord. He sent me a photo of one that he had in a restaurant that had a line of spinach in it. And they've mentioned that on the recipe website, and they said because of the water in there, it's best to cook it first. So this is some washed spinach. This might destroy my visual of that perfect deep dish pizza with the cheese ball with this green line in it, but I don't care. I love spinach and I like that idea of adding the texture. So that's just microwaving in there with a couple of tablespoons of water. All right, that's still warm for the microwave. Hopefully you can see the steam coming off of that, but can you also see the fluid there? That's what we're getting rid of. You can already see, oh my gosh, there's hardly any spinach there. I'll cook some more spinach up, but you get the idea. There we go, and some of you are gonna hate that. We're not making spinach pizza, honest. But the important thing is for most of this to get under our sauce, because anything with the heat that we're using that's exposed is gonna char. I think it was when I ordered this pan that I was like, okay, I am gonna definitely get extra ingredients just in case, and I'm so glad I did. Like, that is over 40 slices on there. It looks awesome. So I've got two more different meats here. This is some Italian salami. The other bit is some chunks of Italian sausage that I've just sliced up. It's quite tough. but it has got fennel in it, which I've been told is a fairly traditional thing to put in it. Now, a whopping 500 degrees Fahrenheit, so 250C or 230C with the fan. The stone has just gone in there to get it nice and warm. My kitchen hates it when I use the oven that hot, so we could set off some alarms, but hey, it's on brand, right? But basically, we're warming up that stone that this pan is gonna sit on. I'm still confused by that, but sauce. So our aim is to just cover those ingredients, hiding them, protecting them from that epic heat. I think I'm gonna be using most of this sauce here. I was a bit worried, but it is fine in the area. Probably because the pan is the size of Wales. And I would love to like stick more things on top. Like, I love blistered peppers. That would be awesome to go on there. But I just like that cheese and tomato look with the hidden surprises underneath. Yeah. Part of me is still a little bit inquisitive of what the yellow dough would have looked like. But bizarrely for me, actually, unusually, I've gone for the more normal option. And we've got to finish it with cheese. And it's specified that it must be either Parmesan or Romano. And I use a lot of Parmesan, so I figured we'd go for the Romano. And it also said that it should be sprinkled high from above like snow. Could have bought it pre-grated, but people have always said to me, it's better to grate it yourself. It's great. And when I say those people, I mean, I generally do mean you guys watching. I really do. Like when I did the British Guy Tries Sausages and Gravy, the feedback on that has been amazing. I really should do a follow-up on that. I found it super interesting. The only stuff that I find strange though is sometimes people go, you completely ruined that with mushrooms. And I'm like, I've said in the video, I love mushrooms. That's why I'm putting them in. So let's let it snow. Oh my gosh, this does not even look real now. This looks like a Play-Doh pizza. It looks like a toy one, it looks like an emoji. Oh, that is angry. On that goes. And in about 35 minutes, we should have quite a non-British pie. Yeah, so just while this bakes, this is what Mark put on the Patreon Discord. This is from a restaurant. This is the smallest one they did, and hence why I put spinach in, because it really intrigued me. Massive one there. Just finished it, he said. But this is why, like with the sausage biscuits and gravy I did, I found that really interesting. I've tried grits as well, and I can't actually work out if I like grits. I either love it or hate it, and I think making my own homemade could be really, really fun, understand it a bit more. But I think that's why I really find it interesting. So wherever you live, if you've got a food that you'd like to see me try, a proper authentic one, do let me know down below. I've got the Taste of the World playlist. I'll link the sausage biscuits and gravy video at the end, and we'll see what this turns out like, eh? Nice. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what that was then. Nice, like a cheerful pirate. Woo! Ah, oh my gosh. That looks amazing. I can't believe that hasn't spilled over. I'm slightly worried about how I'm going to get it out there, like I said. Damn. I'm loving that mixture of the cheese melted on there a little bit where it's charred slightly, and I love that. Tends to happen when I make most pizzas anyway. And there is a slightly yellow hue to the crust also. I can't wait to try this. I just can't figure out how to get it out of the pan. So I've got some tongs here, either side. Ooh, that helps me get under it. Okay. Oh. I don't know if this is gonna go. Oh no. Ugh. I need one more thing under here just to support the whole thing, but it's collapsing. Oh no. Here. Oh my gosh. That sort of held it together. I really wish I didn't do that. Damn. That's the benefits of me trying to move it to make it look nice for a photo, but hey ho. A little bit of maybe cheese on top just to liven it a teeny bit more. Oh, look, there's that pool. That's what I want. You see that? You see? We got there in the end, didn't we? And I've got pizza down me, which I think is a good sign, right? You know, I should have just left it in the pan and served it in slices straight out of that. That would have been absolutely fine. I was just really intrigued to see what the crust looked like. And it does look awesome. That smooth mozzarella carpet. The fact that it's warm and gooey, it just melds all together. The Italian sausage is giving it a little bit of heat. You really get the fennel flavor in there, and the oregano is strong too. The crust, don't know if you could hear that, but it's got a good crunch on it.
Oh, just amazing medley of flavours going on.
It is very filling indeed, even from that bite, but you've got the comfort of that dough. I really think that flavour coming through was so worth it. But if you're in a hurry, ooh, look how well that rose. I mean, it didn't even dye it yellow. You could make the whole thing comfortably an hour. If I was to do this again, I really wish there was a springform tin. That was my only fear when I bought that tin. And I really let it cool down as well. And if I left it much longer, it would have soaked in and got even soggier. So we don't want that. Maybe some baking parchment on the bottom. But anyhow, really, really like that. It is absolutely, gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Look at that.